Guys, what's up? We got another e-bike ride going on today. I'm excited to show you this one. It is another foldable e-bike. As a lot of you guys already know, these e-bikes are some of the easiest ones to haul around with you wherever you're going. Just fold them up quick, super nice. Anyway, we are going to get into the in-depth review. We are on the Aipas A2 Elite folding electric bike. These folding bikes are a lot of fun to ride. I've always liked the style of the bars, how you kind of sit up higher and the bars can go really nice and high. Personal preference, always thought it was kind of cool. And per usual, I'm going to do my very best to cover pretty much every single one of the features this bike has to offer you guys so you know what you are purchasing. But let's get into it. So guys, starting off the review on the Aipas A2 Elite electric scooter, I'm going to go straight into the display on this because these are some of my favorite displays. They are not horizontal, they are vertical. However, these type of vertical displays are my favorite just because of how big the display is, as in the numbers and everything on it. The layout of it's very nice. For most of you guys who have seen a lot of my e-bike reviews, you know that I like the horizontally mounted screens. But this one, I think exact monitor, it's the M5, was on one of the very first e-bikes that I reviewed way back when. And personally, I liked it. That was one of my favorite ones. Again, it just looked great. It has a big, easy to read display on it. And again, the layout of it is really good in my opinion. We're gonna hop up on this curb really quick. Get out of the road here. But yeah, as you can see on the display, it's pretty self-explanatory the way it's laid out. You have your energy bar at the very top. That is like your charge. Right below it, you have your speed. Below that is your pedal assist mode, which goes 1 through 5. We'll get into those in a little bit. And then beneath that is your odometer. And then if you press your power button over here, you can go to trip A. There is your voltage output right there if you keep scrolling through. And then honestly, this one right here, the CUR, I'm not exactly sure what that is. I want to say it's how much throttle you're putting in, because when I full throttle it, it goes all the way to 20 and it stops right there. So I'm going to assume that that's how much throttle input you're putting. I could be wrong on that, do not quote me on that. And then next right here, when you press it again, it is your time for this ride so far. So far I have been cruising around for just under 6 minutes. And that is pretty much everything on this display. It's very simplistic, but again, very easy to read because everything is quite large on the screen and just kind of the display's right here in your face. It makes things, like I said, really easy to read. I really like it that way. The brakes, guys, are just classic mechanical brakes, which is fine. They stop the bike just fine. As you can see, you can stop nice and quick on it with no issues at all. It does come pre-wired with blinkers, left and right blinkers. You can show where you're going. You have a headlight wired in the front. This is your headlight button right here, and beneath this is your horn. And then on your right side, per usual, you have your Shimano shifter here. You got 7 gears to go through and a twist throttle. Very comfortable. Suspension, guys, is adjustable in the front. The rear does not have suspension. It's just a hardtail. So if you're going really rough off-road, you know, it's a little bit rough. But if you're just doing your regular on and off-road stuff like I'm doing here, it is perfect. So anyway, guys, we're going to dive right into our favorite speed test. So we're going to take this thing to pedal assist, just 0, right? So you can see that when I'm pedaling, I have it in gear 7. We're going about just under 10 miles per hour. So we're going to click it up into pedal assist 1. Now, since you have a reference point, pedal assist 1, as I'm pedaling, it is keeping us just over 10 miles an hour. And I'm going to try to put the same input in throughout every single one of these pedal assists to give you guys the most accurate reading here. Okay, we bump it up to pedal assist number 2. We're still pedaling the same. Not a huge difference. This is taking us just over 11, just around 11.5 miles per hour. We're going to go into pedal assist number 3. So now I can really definitely feel it picking up a little bit. Same input. Yeah, this is taking us up to 17, almost 18 miles, 18 miles an hour in pedal assist 3. Big jump. Pedal assist number 4. Yeah, this thing's wanting to pick up here big time. Right now we are steadily climbing. We're over 22. And again, I'm trying to put the same input. It looks like it's kind of holding us right around 23 miles per hour, just under 23. Let's click it up into pedal assist number 5. Pedal assist number 5 is balls to the wall, full speed. So my legs are going same input, but super fast to get us going. And we are going just under 29 miles an hour. That's crazy. Pedal assist number 1, when you're pedaling, is going to take you, what do we say, just under 10 miles an hour. The throttle is always going to be full speed. However, keep in mind, guys, the twist throttle, due to like e-bike regulations and rules for this being a class 2, the throttle is only allowed to take you right around 20 miles per hour. So when we're going 28, 30 miles per hour with pedal assist, that is only with pedal assist. The throttle is only going to take you to 20 miles per hour. If you want to go any faster, you just got to pedal throttle, but like I said, you barely have to pedal. You just got to put some input and it acts as the throttle. That'll get you your 28 miles per hour. But now we're going to do our favorite. We have the gears cranked up. I'm going to put this all the way to pedal assist number 5. We are going to full throttle and we are going to full pedal and see how fast we can get this thing going. All right, guys, we hit over 30 miles per hour a couple times there. Took a little bit of the breath out of me. Got to get my breath real quick. But there you guys have it. This thing is going to top 30 miles per hour for top speed, which is impressive for one of these foldable bikes. Guys, we're going to really quick go in the dirt right here too, because I'm going to pull over and give you guys a rundown on the bike. But let's see how it feels in the trails. So it seemed to transition perfectly fine from street to dirt, like no problem at all. You guys can see this isn't anything crazy. There's not crazy ruts, crazy jumps or anything like that. But this is a full off-road gravel, rocky desert trail. And this thing, very smooth. Honestly, I don't really feel much of a difference at all in the suspension. I actually like it. It's very smooth. That kind of answered my question rather quickly about this thing going off-road without suspension in the back. But this feels great. Now, again, guys, you have to keep in mind, it is a hardtail. Again, no suspension in the back, like I just said. So if you are going to go on some gnarly off-road trails, you are going to feel it big time, trust me. So just realize this bike is meant to be capable of going off-road, but more trails and dirt like this stuff, not crazy jumps and crazy ruts and stuff. It can do it, but it's not going to be the best thing you felt in your back and your butt, and you know. All right, guys, so next for the Aipas A2 Elite, we are going to pull over. I'm going to give you an entire spec rundown, all the specifications. We're going to give you the battery specs, the charge time, the just literally pretty much everything, and give you close-up B-roll shots of it. So let's pull over here and get moving. Another thing worth mentioning really quick is the handling on this bike is great. It feels very whippy, very light, and honestly, I like it. It is one of the better handling bikes that I've ridden, so that's pretty cool. And it does have pretty good torque, honestly. When you take off, this thing definitely wants to go. Not to mention the turning radius on this thing is ridiculous since it has the tall bars like this. You gotta love that. All right, guys, this is the Aipas A2 Elite e-bike right here. And guys, as I always like to do, I like to start with the heart of the bike, the battery sitting encased in here. It is a 48 volt, 11.6 amp hour battery, I'm pretty sure, so it does have some life to it. You're going to get about 50 miles worth of range depending on how you are riding this thing with one full charge, so that's pretty good. 50 miles is going to get you a long way. It is pretty typical, probably going to take 5 hours, give or take, to fully charge if it is completely dead. Maybe a little bit longer. Again, depends on when you're charging it. But yeah, that is your battery specs right there. You do have an 850 watt motor in the back here. It's in the rear wheel. This thing definitely gets you going. 55 Nm of torque, so this thing gets you going. Like I said, I feel the torque, especially when you put it in number 5 pedal assist and just barely pedal. This thing wants to go. The bike is going to hold about 350 pounds, so you can put a lot of weight on this bike. And you also have a rack in the back here, which has a max of just over 77 pounds or so that you can throw on the back of this cargo rack right here, so that's pretty crazy. And here's the tail light here, fully integrated blinkers. You guys should be able to see that left blinker right there, and brake lights as well, so you are very visible to the cars in front of you. And charging port, for any of you guys wondering, is on the left side of the bike here, down at the bottom. Does not take long to charge. Like I said, 5 hours give or take, depending on how dead the bike is, so keep that in mind. This is kind of cool. It has foldable pedals for storage and putting in the car. You can see they fold back just to give you another extra inch or two of space. It is quite easy, but I don't know, I've never seen that. I thought it was pretty cool when I saw it right out of the box. And guys, something huge worth mentioning. This is huge. This, out of all the e-bikes I've ridden, probably coming up on 30 here, easiest bike ever after taking it out of the box. I mean, I didn't have to assemble literally anything, like literally nothing. It was the easiest thing. The bars, everything was on. It was just folded and put into a box. So this thing was, I mean, when I say 1 through 10 how easy this thing was to assemble, 9 or 10. I'm telling you, like, it took no time. I'm used to having to set time aside to really build these things after I open them. Not for this. I opened the box, I'll put some pictures up, and just unfolded it, unfolded the bars, and I went riding this thing right after I charged it. Is still crazy to me how easy it was to put together. Seat is fully adjustable and actually very quality and cushy. Again, you can adjust it, tilt back and forth and left and right, and height. So that's a, pretty typical, but the seat it does feel very quality. You have reflectors on the rear seat, reflectors on each of the wheels for safety purposes, obviously. And as you can tell, the bike is chain driven. Like I said, Shimano shifter with 7 gears. Shifts very smooth, haven't had any issues with it. And guys, for all you wondering, the front suspension is adjustable. Right here, you can fully lock it if you're just riding on the street, and you can twist it to open it to give you that suspension when you are in the dirt. The wheels are 20 by 3, semi-treaded and not too over-treaded, so like I said, it's still smooth on the street. You want to inflate these guys to about 20 PSI or so, front and back, for the most smooth ride. That's about maxed out, but that's where I keep it. Like we already covered, you guys, brakes feel very solid. They stop the bike great. They are just mechanical brakes, but you know what? For a bike this size, this speed, totally gets the job done. There's no issues there. And for you guys wondering, how do you fold this thing to put it in the back of your car, whatever it may be, I will show you. What you're going to do is pull this ball up here, pull this down right here. Now this is going to cause these bars to fold forward. So there's your bars folding right there. And then what you're going to do, as you can see, is you're going to pull this tab, pull this all the way over, and now your bike is going to completely collapse in half. As you guys can see where it separates, that's where the battery plugs in. And this thing will completely go in half, and you guys can throw this in your car and really anywhere you want. And then to put it back together, you just reverse the process. Pull the bars back up, clip them in. You guys basically just watched what I did when I unboxed this bike and first put it together. It was that easy. So guys, those are the specifications on this bike. I mean, it is overall a very good bike with one of the biggest perks, you guys. I mean, the box showed up and I just unfolded the bike and it was ready to ride. It's insane still to me how easy it was. It comes with a super quality manual, all the information you need and everything. They made it very easy. They did a really good job with the packaging and the design of all that stuff and how they put it together. I did forget to mention, it comes with 2 sets of keys for removing the battery and stuff, security purposes. So that's pretty cool. And as you guys saw, the battery is inside the frame. When you fold it in half, it slides in and out. Another thing that is definitely worth mentioning, you guys, is I believe the recommended height for this bike, for it to be comfortable enough for you, is anywhere from 4'10" to 6'3". I mean, it's a big range there, but if you're less than 4'10" or taller than 6'3", you may want to find a bike more suited for your size. The only other thing I did not mention is this bike is super light, 60 pounds. I mean, it doesn't really weigh much at all, so again, you can really take advantage when you fold this thing up and throw it in your car. Not heavy at all. And as you guys saw in the clips, it has mud guards over the front and back wheel, gives it a nice look, keeps it clean. So yeah, it just comes with a lot of small things that are really cool, make the bike look sleek, and like I said, it is very capable. As you can see here, I'm on actually an even more rough trail, and it gets the job done. Oh guys, one last thing I did forget to mention. You are going to want to go into the back menu to max out the speed output on this bike so you can get to that 28 mile an hour. Actually, let me just show you guys really quick to make this easy. So you're gonna hold the plus and minus button until the back menu pops up. And what you're going to do is press the power button until you see 0708P. You can see I'm already in 100. If you were still at 32, you would just press the plus button, change it to 100, and then you're going to press the power button and toggle out of that, and you are good to go, full speed. So yeah, guys, the Aipas A2 Elite, if you are looking for a quality folding electric bike that you can fold up, bring anywhere with you, and go 30 miles per hour on it, which is still nuts to me. Link is in the description. Go pick up your very own bike. I'll try to get a discount code, and go have some fun, you guys.